For some, it's a way out. For others, it's a proving ground. And for a few, it becomes something even bigger than the game itself. 3 stages of life, 3 different journeys, one game that connects them all beyond the court.
I fell in love with the game of basketball, I would say around like 8 years old. I was watching like Kyrie, the way he moves, the way he like shifts defenders, the way he plays, the way he finishes around the rim. And I was just inspired by that. And I'm like, that looks like something I want to do like for the rest of my life. And then as soon as I picked up a basketball, that was it from there. Just started training, and then I fell in love with the grind. When I step on the court, like I feel excited. I feel like, yo, I'm about to fry these guys. Like, you know, it's my time to shine, you feel what I'm saying? And like, you know, I'm like, just like, yeah, like go eat, you feel what I'm saying? I get my confidence from like the work I put in, playing against like older guys, like me seeing myself fry them. I'm like, hey, if I'm frying them, I could fry these guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I just get confidence also from like God, you know, because I know that God's with me everywhere I go. So there's no need for me to be scared because he has my back. Coming where I've come from, I've been blessed and I've been given like many opportunities from like different organizations, just as like for one, like Kickback, for example. They've given me, like they helped me get into Crescent on a full ride scholarship. And like, I just thank God for that. I thank God for all the people he's put in my life to like really be there and help me, like to try to like get out of where I'm from and like allow me to have a better future. I make sure I put academics first because I'm a student athlete, so student before the athlete. And what I would do is whenever our teacher assigns us like assignments, I would do the assignment like during school, because like you never really want to do assignments coming back from practice. So like I would do it during school and then go to practice, train, and then when I come back, shower, and then do a little bit of homework, and then do a bit of them in the morning. So that's how I balance like basketball, school.
Does that ever feel like a lot? Do you feel like pressured?
I mean, not really, but like sometimes like when there's like multiple tests in a day, it could be like a bit overwhelming, because that's when you have to like really like, you might have to like skip practice and let your coaches know like, hey, I have to study for a test. And like sometimes it's like you don't want to do those things because like you love hooping, but like that's where you have to be like responsible and like hold yourself accountable.
I'm Joshua Hyre. I'm 20 years old and I go to Colgate University. The difference between college and high school basketball is the pace of the game. A lot faster in college. You know, players are more athletic, players are better. There's more skill, their IQ is higher. I mean, the list goes on. Team ball is so important to college basketball. And like the higher level you go, you have to have a team, you have to have rules, and you have to have people committed to doing their job. So I'd say just the pace and like the team aspect of it is definitely the major differences from high school basketball to college basketball. I'm from Alberta, Canada. You know, well, not a lot of people make it to where I made it to. So just understanding that I've overcome these incredible odds and I'm here at this great school playing a game I love at the highest level I can for university sports, you know, it just taught me that I could be resilient and I can overcome anything. Well, like growing up, like I'd wake up like really early in the morning and like go put up shots by myself with my brothers, or just put in extra work because I knew that I needed to do anything I could to stick out. So being disciplined in like my pursuit to get into where I'm at has also helped me be disciplined in other aspects of my life. Me knowing that I could, you know, work or put in an X amount of hours into one thing and get what I've gotten out of it makes me more inclined and more able to put in X amount of hours in other aspects of my life and achieve something big. So I think, you know, me getting to this point through like working hard at basketball has helped me realize that I could work hard at anything and achieve big goals. Coming into Colgate, like I wasn't gonna be, like you were saying, like considered the guy on the team, you know, my first year. So I think just my love for the game and understanding that it's a process, and also like me just being diligent and being disciplined in the process, and just keep putting in work to get to where I want to be is very essential. Being a student athlete, you know, time management is very key. You know, throughout the day, you have only so many hours to put towards, sometimes it feels like a million things. So I think balancing school and practice, extra work, social life, all of that. It's challenging at times, but it's something that you definitely need to learn, and time management is a skill that I feel everybody needs to acquire.
My name is Nana Adupoku. I grew up in Jane and Finch in Toronto. So I grew up playing basketball. I went to Brookview, Westview, and then ultimately went to York, played varsity there for a few years. Now I'm a teacher with the TDSB. I'm also doing my PhD at York University. The theme of my research is on the experiences of Black male educators and how we're underrepresented and what can be done to just amplify our stories so more of us enter the field because of the positive impacts that we have. Growing up in Jane and Finch and playing basketball, I got to meet a lot of different people. Most of the teams I played on were full of Black men. And I just started to notice that people had different views on what basketball meant. So for some people, it was everything. So even in high school, some people only came to school because of basketball. Once the basketball season was done, you wouldn't see certain people. So I started to realize that it's a privilege to play the sport, but there's also responsibility there that the people that I grew up with who, some people who saw it as that exit ticket or that meal ticket, now as a teacher, I want to make it so that kids see basketball as a tool and that it's not something that takes over their whole life. Where I am now, I feel like it's important to know the resources available to you because sometimes they're there, but if they're not communicated, they just go to waste. So growing up in Jane and Finch, my family utilized the resources we were aware of, and that helped me and my brothers, move forward, progress. But without proper, communication of what's out there and sharing those resources, somebody could be right beside you, the same environment, but not make the same progress. So what I did learn is to share the knowledge you gain and to lift others as you climb. Because sometimes everybody has so much things going on that the people beside them won't know. But if you just tap them and let them know that you're there and the supports that you have that they also have access to, that could go a long way. So when I first started teaching, there was a student who, he was super upset. His hat was on, his hood was on, he was cheesed. It was the first day of school. 2 weeks in, he's the loudest kid in the class, always smiling, laughing. His dad sends me an email just thanking me for being there and making a space where his son felt welcome because he was changing school boards. So just moments like that, it wasn't about the money, it wasn't about anything else, but it was just about the impact. And that was in my first year of teaching, so you could just imagine how many more moments and instances like that I've experienced, and that motivates me to, even on the tough days, because teaching, there's a balance, there's the stress involved, but there's also purpose, there's also passion, there's also joy. So that balance is so important to keep you going.
I think making it big will look like me in a position where I could help my family with anything they need. Not just financially, just just in life, emotionally, even my presence, my knowledge, anything possible. I feel like I'm at a school where I have a great opportunity to learn, experience different things, get a great degree and have great experiences, playing the game that I love. So I think being able to give back to my loved ones through everything that I've experienced and I've learned through here will be, making it big, quote unquote, to me.
What I'm hoping for that basketball gives me is a free education, in university. And that's what I'm striving for, a D1 scholarship. And then also I'm hoping it gives me money too, pro. Cause that's my dream. That's been my dream since I was a kid. And yeah, that's what I'm hoping to gain from basketball.
What I hope my students see when they see me is just possibility, right? You shouldn't let yourself be defined in one way. So yeah, they could see me as somebody who plays or used to play basketball, but they should also see me as somebody who invests in themselves, somebody who doesn't always enjoy school, but I'm doing my PhD, so it's complicated, but yeah, somebody who's able to be persistent and get to higher levels, because graduate school is something that, as Black men, Black people in general, we belong in, because that's where, knowledge is created. So us being at that source, we could help impact policies, and policies are what shape how our communities are supported by the government. So there's so much influence we could have by just further investing in ourselves and our education, because yes, at the end of this, doctor is going to be at the end of my name, but the real impact I want to have is the voices I'm able to amplify through my research and through the process.